welcome back. As you can see, the sun is in the process of coming up, and it makes for some just really beautiful mornings. I saw a sunrise yesterday through the clouds and a beautiful blue sky, and it really made me feel like I was home being here in the Twin Cities again. Spent about 20 years or so in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area before I had moved down to Texas. So I only spent a couple years down there in Texas, but that's where I learned how to ride my motorcycle. It seemed to make sense because you can pretty much ride year-round down there. Here I will have to winterize my motorcycle, but it's the end of July, early August, so I have some time. I get to explore the Twin Cities again from two wheels as my perspective, and that will make for a really wonderful time before the cold sets in. The move overall, so moving from Dallas, Texas up here to Minneapolis, the drive itself was pretty easy. It was about 16 hours on 35, but overall, gosh, long distance moving is never fun, I can say that. I did try to use U-Ship to find a shipper, but the shipper that I found ended up dropping me pretty much the day that my motorcycle was supposed to be picked up. The dispatcher and I had been going back and forth. They just ghosted me, so I was able to get the company that I had hired to do the move for all of the household goods and furniture and stuff like that. I was able to get them to actually send a vehicle to get my motorcycle, but yeah, so it was a little bit more expensive, but was able to get it accommodated, and most importantly, my motorcycle made it here in one piece. The driver was super impressed. He actually, because I was traveling at the time, he actually rode the motorcycle over and into the garage, and when he was done, he said basically like, this is such a nice smooth bike, I think I'm gonna have to get one of these. And I think that's great. The Svartplien 401 has such a great style to it. It's easy to see it as a head-turning motorcycle, but the other thing that I don't think people really realize is just how fun it is to ride. It's one thing to have a motorcycle that looks good. It's another to have a motorcycle that is, so smooth and fun and engaging. Now, of course, I did some mods to get it to that point. The Fuel X Lite really smoothed everything out, and then those high-performance air filters gave it a nice little kick, right? So, it was still super fun in the stock configuration, but guys, just so much fun the way that I've just kind of modded it. And it's just the standard Svartplien mods, and anyone can do it, right? It's the air filters, it's the Fuel X Lite, slip-on exhaust, some mirrors, and you're good. But anyway, the move was fine. I left my motorcycle at some friends, and in a couple of days they picked it up and got it to me here in the Twin Cities. So I was very excited about that, but like I said, it took like 3 weeks for all the rest of my stuff to arrive. So even though I had my motorcycle, I couldn't ride it. I ordered backup gear. I ordered some gloves, these gloves, which I actually really love. They're Freetoo or something like that, whatever. They're dirt bike gloves, but they're great. I love them, super comfy. I got a backup helmet, so I got an affordable backup helmet. That's good because I didn't have a passenger helmet anyway, so if I ever wanted to take somebody on the road with me, at least around the city for a short ride, at least now I've got a backup helmet and a passenger helmet. And then I got like a $40 cheap jacket, which is what I'm wearing right now. I actually really love it. It's probably one of the best purchases I've made. And then I also got some riding shoes. I got some like high top riding shoes, so they provide ankle support. And I did ride a couple times just in my tennis shoes, but I don't like riding without gear. At least for me, the basic gear. I did have my earplugs, so I had my earplugs, and then I had a nice thick jacket for some protection. I've got my helmet, gloves, and some riding shoes that are specifically motorcycle shoes. They're grippy, they've got a pad for the shifter, they're up high for ankle support, so that's enough for me to feel comfortable. And I actually really like the gloves and the riding shoes, and I got used to the helmet. It's not as comfortable as my Shoei GT Air II, but I did get used to it. And I got a white helmet, so I'd have a little bit of variety too. If I wanted a little bit more, if I wanted to be a little bit more visible on the road, I might throw that white helmet on from time to time, but it's not as comfortable. I do also need to get a pin lock for it. Can't say enough for the pin lock. The helmet that I got, this one, the Shoei GT Air II, it came with a pin lock to insert for anti-fog. The one that I got as my spare does not come with a pin lock screen here, but it is set up for one, so I need to get one because it kept fogging up on me. It's the only real difference other than comfort and whatnot. So, but I really love my helmet. I was happy to open the box that had my helmet in it, although I didn't know. We were just opening boxes and going, what do you think this is? I don't know. We'll find out, right?